Or say, hey guys, it's Claus. Welcome back to another video. I'm playing my AMX 1390, trying to get a mission done, 8,000 damage and assist combined. I'm using the AMX 1390 instead of a wheeled vehicle. Wish me luck. And while we watch the game, I want to discuss something with you that might not be apparent to you all. Something a little interesting. The secret RNG. What do I mean by secret RNG? I'm not talking about some of the strange stuff that goes on in the game that we rant about, like accuracy on the move. Why am I not using a wheeled vehicle and just snap shots across the map with the secret auto aim that they have? Accuracy on the move is not a secret RNG. It's programmed into the game. Penalties while you're shooting on the move and while your tank is traversing, while your turret is traversing. Those are all stats that are not published, but you can look them up. So that's not what I mean by secret RNG, although there are a lot of interesting penalties that are applied to various tanks that make their behavior a lot different than what the statistics that are published would make you think. I may do a video about that one day, but I'm not talking about that stuff. No, I'm not going to rage about all the secret hidden things that would affect your gameplay, like your tank's supposed to go 60, but because of the secret terrain resistance, it only goes 45. Or why do I play this tank and I'm always bottom tier, but I play that tank and I'm always top tier? Because the matchmaker has been used to balance the performance of some tanks that are overpowered and some that are underpowered, and all these things that I could rant about. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about real RNG. Random number generator is used in this game only twice, really. And let's discuss that. And I'll have a discussion of what I mean by secret number generator as opposed to random number generator. So basically when you fire your gun and you hit an enemy target, the game does two things. First, decides whether you penetrate. If you don't penetrate, your commander says, that one bounced, then you get pissed off. But if you do penetrate, then the game has to decide how much damage you do. And it uses a random number generator to decide that. RNG. So here's how it works. As an example, let's say I'm playing my E50. I fire my gun, I penetrate an opponent. The average damage of my gun on my E50 is 390. But I can do 25% more damage or 25% less damage than 390. And the game decides that by randomly determining a number in that range. The range is as low as 293 damage and as high as 487. That's the range of damage my penetrating hit in my E50 can do. Simple. And when you shoot, you are immediately told how much damage you do. You fire your gun, it says, oh, you hit him, 372 damage. You see it in the game. You fire your gun again, 410 damage. You see it. You see the result of that random number generator. And if it's truly random, that's fine, right? Although there are some people that will argue that it's not random. That's not what this discussion is about. But let me just, for example, I was in a clan long ago, and there was one member of the clan that insisted that his E100 that he played, the E100, the published stat, the average damage for that gun is 750 if you penetrate. He insisted that that is not true. That is a lie. That his average damage in his E100 was 697.6. How did he determine this? Well, he was a very meticulous guy, and he played the E100 for hundreds and hundreds of games. And he was so frustrated playing that thing, he started taking notes on every shot he would take. And he was very careful on his notes. He would, for example, when you shoot someone and you light them on fire, the fire damage is not included in how much your RNG roll for your gun. If there's a target that only has 460 HP left and you shoot him with a gun that does 750 alpha and you kill him, you can't use a 460 in the average. So he meticulously looked at all his shots and only recorded the shots that he hit and penetrated on targets that he did not kill, eliminating critical hits and ammo racks and fires. And he played hundreds of games, 200-300 games, getting 6, 7, 8 shots per game, and carefully writing them down so that he had thousands of recorded hits in his E100, only using the ones on targets that had lots of HP so that it was a true representation. And he averaged those, I don't know, call it 1,000 penetrating hits in his E100. And the average roll was 697.6. So he said, no, my gun does not do 750 average damage. It does 697.6 average damage. The stat is a lie. That's not what I'm talking about, although there is an argument that maybe there is some secret RNG there. I've played my E100, and the E100 has a gun that does 750 average damage. That means minus 25%, you can roll as low as 562 damage, or you can do as much as 938 damage with that gun. I play that tank, and I struggle to recall ever rolling in the 800s. I remember a lot of rolls in the 700s and a lot of rolls in the 600s. I don't remember very many in the 800, but I haven't been meticulously keeping track. So let me know what you guys, any 100 players out there? Is my old clanmate correct in his determination that that gun does not have 750 alpha average? Anyways, that's not what I'm talking about. The RNG roll on your damage, you see it when you play. But what am I talking about then, secret RNG? Should I just get to the point now? Let's get to the point. It all goes back to when you fire your gun and you hit the enemy. Remember how I said, if you don't penetrate, your commander said, that one bounced, and you get pissed off. What happened? That's the secret number generator. What am I talking about? Well, there's another roll that happens that is not posted in the game. You don't know. It's secret. And that is, for example, let's say I'm playing a tank that has average penetration of 200 millimeters. And I shoot the side of a tank. Let's pick a flat side of a tank that has 200 millimeters of armor. I fire my gun, I hit it flat. Let's eliminate, forget about spaced armor, forget about angling and normalization. Let's just say it's flat, flat, flat. Do I penetrate or not? Well, the game decides. I shoot my gun, and the first thing the game does is it applies a quote-unquote random number generator to the roll of my penetration. My penetration could be plus or minus 25%. So a gun that has 200 millimeters of penetration, point blank, let's not even talk about you lose penetration with distance. Minus 25%, I would have 150 millimeters of penetration. That one bounced. If I roll higher, 25% higher than 200, I have 250 millimeters of penetration. We hit him. Penetration. You don't see that number when you shoot your gun. The game just decides whether you penetrate or not, as it applies the random number generator to your penetration roll. Doesn't post that value for you to see. So it's a secret number generator. Do you penetrate or do you not penetrate? Oh, get good. Learn how to play. Aim for the weak spot. You shoot the side of a tank, and a stationary tank, you have an autoloader, you got 4 shots. Penetration, penetration, penetration. The kill shot on the side of that IS-7, that one bounced. Why did it bounce? Well, it bounced because, well, you hit a little pixel spaced down. You know why it bounced? Because you have a gun in your tier 10 medium tank that has 264 millimeters of penetration, which means the outcome of your roll could be anywhere between 198 if you roll 25% lower, or 330 if you roll on 25% higher. 198 to 330 are the possible outcomes of your penetration to determine if you even do damage in the first place. And then the game tells you that one bounced or penetration. The game just decides. But it doesn't post the number of your penetration on the screen for you to see. So how do we know that it's random? And think about this, it works both ways. You're playing a heavy tank and you poke around a corner and you're angled and someone shoots you and he bounces and you shoot him. And you reload and you repeat and you bounce another shot and then you shoot back. And then you poke out again and he pens you. And you go, how the hell did he pen me? I was angled perfectly. And the answer is because he has a gun that has 264 millimeters of penetration, and his first two rolls on penetration were 198 and 199. And then his third shot, he rolled for 312. And isn't it funny that there's a certain nation in this game that has tanks with just enough turret armor and just enough side armor and just enough upper plate armor and just enough rear armor, even on their light tanks, that if you're shooting them with a Leopard and you happen to have a low roll penetration while you're shooting a T-54 lightweight, it says, we didn't even scratch him. How did I not even scratch him with 270 pen when I shot the turret that only has 195? Oh, wait. It's the secret number generator. It's that RNG roll that we never see. We always see the RNG roll of our damage. We see that on the screen. We know what that is. We don't know what the roll is for our penetration. That's a secret number generator. That's why you have those games where you take 12 shots and you bounce 11 out of 12 on targets you are sure that you should penetrate. And then you have other games and you take 12 shots and you penetrate all 12 when you're shooting the front of a mouse. And isn't it a little bit suspicious that every time you're shooting the side of that IS-7, it's a penetration, until you get to the kill shot and then you bounce 4 in a row? Wouldn't it be nice to see your penetration rolls for that as a number on the screen? No, it's a secret. And you'll still have these wannabe ass-licking fanboys that'll say, get good, you aim for, there's a spaced armor pixel, you hit the track wheel. Shut up. The game decides. There's a secret number generator that just decides, we've decided that your armor-piercing penetration of 264 on your shell for this particular shot will only have 198 penetration. And you've hit the side of an IS-7 that has effective armor of 201. You didn't even scratch them! Now be serious, guys, be serious. How many of you have ever even thought about it? How many of you have ever even thought, the penetration roll has as much RNG, plus or minus 25%, as the damage inflicting roll? And think about it. You don't know what your penetration roll is. And in a game where some people have meticulously documented 1,000 shots they've taken in their E100 and determined that their average damage for the E100 750 average damage gun is not 750, it's 697.6. But the question for this video, and leave your comments in the comment section, let me know what you think. We have random number generators. The damage, I can see every roll that I do of my damage. But the penetration value, I don't see it. It's secret. The question is then, is it random? Is it random? Or does the game just decide? Do you need to get good? Angle your armor. Oh, he penned me. Damn, I wasn't angled properly. No, he high rolled his pen value. I bounced again. I need to get good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, guys. But the one thing's for sure, and you cannot deny it, your penetration values on your shots is a secret number generator that only the game knows. Should that value be posted on your screen? And think about this. Is it really fair that Russian medium tanks should get heat special ammo that has 330 average pen that can roll as high as 412? And at the same time have armor that is just thick enough that could bounce shots from almost all nations that happen to low roll on their pen? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And thanks for watching.